Hello ARMY. Welcome back to the BTS fans channel. This time, I want you to go even further. Not just imagine, but truly sink into every second of this story. Imagine yourself standing there, inside the entrance of Estadio GNP Seguros, Mexico City. As night slowly falls, the air feels warm, and your heartbeat starts racing just a little faster. Because you know, this is not just another night. Crazy. BTS's preparation at Estadio GNP gives chills. ARMY must be ready for an explosive concert in Mexico. And all of this is part of something much bigger. The Arirang World Tour, taking place on May 7, 9, and 10, 2026. 3 dates. That may seem simple, but for ARMY, they are 3 nights that will change everything. It all begins long before the stage lights turn on. Morning in Mexico City. The sun has just risen, but around the stadium, everything is already in motion. Massive trucks move in and out, carrying equipment, stage structures, costumes, and hundreds of small details that, when combined, will create something extraordinary. Inside the stadium, the sound of metal, quick footsteps, voices calling out instructions. The main stage is now clearly visible. Bigger, higher, more futuristic. A long runway stretches into the crowd, bringing BTS closer to ARMY. Moving platforms are tested, rising and lowering in sync with the music. A giant LED screen displays visual tests. Sometimes a sky, sometimes waves of purple, sometimes emotional cinematic scenes. Everything is carefully designed to bring the story of the Arirang World Tour to life. And it's not just visuals. Sound engineers stand in the middle of the stadium, listening to every echo. A little higher. Reduce the bass on the left. Adjustments happen constantly, because for them, every ARMY, in every seat, must feel the same thing. Clarity, power, and emotion. The day passes, and the most anticipated moment finally arrives. BTS enters the stadium. No massive cameras, no roaring crowd. Just them, their team, and an empty space that will soon be filled. But in moments like this, everything feels more real. RM stands at center stage, holding a mic, testing his voice. It echoes across the stadium. Empty, yet full of possibility. Jin walks along the runway, imagining his interaction with ARMY. Suga sits quietly at the edge of the stage, listening to the beat, eyes closed, feeling the rhythm deeply. J-Hope begins to move with the music. His steps light, yet full of undeniable energy. Jimin repeats a choreography section, again and again, until every movement feels perfect. Jungkook practices a difficult vocal part, never satisfied with just good. He wants perfect. And Taehyung, he stands still for a moment, looking toward the empty seats. Empty, silent, but in his eyes, it's already full. Full of lights, full of voices, full of love. Rehearsal begins. One song, then another. Transitions are tested. Timing is adjusted. Visual effects are refined. Fire bursts with heat you can feel meters away. Lasers cut sharply through the air. Confetti falls like gentle rain. And every element must be perfectly timed. Not a second too late. Because 1 second can change everything. Time keeps moving. Afternoon turns into night. The sky over Mexico City darkens. Stadium lights begin to glow. Outside, more and more ARMY gather. Some begin singing BTS songs together. Their voices echo even before the concert starts. Some cry. Some laugh. Some simply stand still, taking it all in. Because they know they are waiting for something big. Back inside the stadium, final preparations are underway. Every position checked. Cameras, ready. Sound, ready. Lighting, ready. And finally, the last sound check. Lights off. Complete darkness. A few seconds that feel incredibly long. Then, a single light appears at center stage. BTS stands there, silent, calm, yet filled with energy. Music slowly fades in. And in that moment, even with an empty stadium, you can feel it. That vibration, that energy, as if the entire place is already alive. And in just a few days, on May 7, 9, and 10, 2026, this place will truly transform into a purple ocean, into endless sound, into a moment that will never be forgotten. BTS glance at each other. A small smile. A quiet nod. They know. They're ready. And ARMY, if you think you're ready, you might need to prepare just a little deeper. Because the Arirang World Tour at Estadio GNP Seguros is not just about music. It's about a journey. A reunion. A feeling that words can't fully capture. And when that night finally comes, when the lights truly go out, and the first beat drops, Estadio GNP Seguros won't just roar. It will transform into one giant heartbeat, beating as one. BTS and ARMY together. So ARMY, stay right here. Don't look away just yet. Because this story is far from over. In fact, what you've seen so far is only the beginning. It will go deeper, more emotional, and even more unforgettable. Moments you didn't notice before. Feelings that quietly grew in the background. And stories hidden behind every smile will slowly come to light. Because behind every stage, there is always another story. One filled with hard work, with silent sacrifices, and with dreams that never stop growing. A story that is still waiting to be discovered. So stay with us just a little longer, and see you in the next story.